I started out in real estate sales, and our best year we closed 25 sales. I was excited, especially since Elyse and I were looking to start a family. But the following year, sales completely dropped off, and I realized we needed to pivot. I briefly considered going into taxes or accounting as I like numbers. However, when I saw a property management job posting, my love for real estate pulled me back in. At that time, Elyse and I lived in a large apartment community, so I'd seen firsthand how the community was being ran. Fast forward, I got hired at a 282-unit building in the city of Orange, very close to Angel Stadium. At first, it felt overwhelming. 282 units, different problems every single day. But I learned something crucial. On the maintenance side, it was organized. There was only a handful of floor plans and everything was standardized. Same fixtures, same parts. The community had a maintenance shop which was stocked with all the standard materials that the community used. This allowed for maintenance requests to get solved fast and efficiently. On the operations side, the first couple of months seemed chaotic, but my manager helped me see that every single issue that came up fit into a phase of the process. First, we were helping the residents move into the community through leasing. Second, once the residents were in the community, we serviced them through their residency. From there, we had 282 contracts that needed to get renewed in order to keep the building full. Therefore, we needed to go through the lease renewal process. And fourth, finally, at some point the resident moved out, which means we needed to get the unit ready for the next resident. And we started all over again with leasing. Each of these phases had common problems and standard solutions. I had an epiphany. I could do this. My ability to be a good property manager would be directly tied to my ability to learn these standard solutions to the problems faced every single day. However, I also had another realization. I had been self-employed for many years, and working for somebody else really wasn't a good solution for me. After 6 months, I realized that I could take everything that I had learned and offer it on an individual basis to owners of individual properties. The process was the same, just on a much smaller scale. Owners that had houses, condos, and townhomes. I finished completing getting my broker's license, and Elyse and I started offering residential property management services for our own company. I took the process that I learned at that job and we put it in a framework that has worked for us, which we call the resident life cycle. In this framework, we utilize a train to showcase the 4 phases of the resident life cycle, where we help owners find a resident, service the resident, keep the resident, and finally get ready for the next resident. That's how I got started in property management.